today. In other news, officials at the Pacific Nuclear Research Facility have denied the rumor that a case of missing plutonium was in fact stolen from their vault 2 weeks ago. A Libyan terrorist group had claimed responsibility for the alleged theft.
Hey, Einstein, where's the dot, boy? Huh?
Creatives, how are you? Welcome back to the Nerd Creative channel. FANHOME, Build the Back to the Future DeLorean, part 32. In this video, we'll be completing issue 58 of the build. Grab yourself a coffee, sit back, relax and enjoy. So, with every build comes with component parts and magazines. These are the component parts for issue 58. And this is I'm looking forward to this. This is a very exciting part of the build. So these are the component parts that come with this, and it's the flux capacitor. I know, right? This is amazing. So here are step-by-step instructions of assembling the flux capacitor. More assembly work and there's a cable there as well, and this is what it looks like when it's done. There's a picture of the flux capacitor. New look for the dock. To save Christopher Lloyd from lengthy sessions in the makeup chair, Doc Brown was rejuvenated for the Back to the Future sequel. Yeah, remember that, where he pulled his old skin off, or his fake skin off. And he says to Marty, "How do I look?" And Marty goes, yeah, you look great, Doc." Changing times. Marty McFly Jr. arrested for theft. Hoverboard rampage destroys courthouse. Yeah, I remember that. And then in the next issue, which is 59, we've got some more bulkhead details. And then it shows you again everything that's there, which is obviously it's the flux capacitor, which I've been really looking forward to do. When I did the time circuits as well, that was just a really exciting time. So as always, I just like to check that we've got everything that it says we've got in 58. So glad we're at the flux capacitor part now. So exciting, because we've almost done everything inside the car. And we're coming up to building the exterior of the car. Like we're going to be doing the kind of framework of the upper car, and we're also going to be doing, like, you know, putting paneling on and gull wing doors, the bonnet, all the stuff in the rear of the car. You know, the vents and everything. So we have. This is so good. So we've got the case door, and it says, if I've got it the right way up, disconnect capacitor drive before opening. Shield from lights. Look at that. Oh, that's amazing. We have the flux capacitor itself. Wow, I've got the flux capacitor in my hand. Then we've got the back case there, and then we've got some small details. So we've got that pipe, that's in this bag are these 3 pieces there. Hang on. So we've got that pipe and that pipe, we've got that pipe and that pipe there. We've got that pipe. They look the same. Small pipe, bigger pipe, and then this, yeah, this pipe as well. Okay. And we have this cable here, and we've got 2 bags of screws. We've got AP screws and BP screws. Just put the screws away. So we've got everything that it says. There's a tab as well. There's a tab. Oh yeah, there's a tab there as well. I thought I had a tab missing then. So we've got AP screws. Oh, this is so exciting, putting the flux capacitor together. It's been a long time getting to this point. We've got BP screws that are beside it. It's so good to be doing this section now. I've been waiting a long time just to get to the flux capacitor. So yeah, we're on issue 58. So it's 58 issues. Gets you to the flux capacitor. So we've got our screwdrivers, we've got our screws, got our screwdriver, we've got our components, we've got our magazine. Let me just put the magazine aside. Let's begin. The first thing we've got to do is got to get our flux capacitor, which is here. Wow, the flux capacitor. And we've got to put it inside this back case here. So we just line it up, and it goes into place with 3 AP screws. I'm just going to hold it there, put the first screw in, which is there. I'm going to loosely put it in until I get the other ones in. So I don't want it twisting or breaking. And the final screw goes in there. Yeah, stop being magnetic. That's in place. So I want to tighten up this one. Make sure this bottom one's tightened as well. So flux capacitor in place. Then I brought the front of the flux capacitor case, and that just sits there, and that fits into place with 2 AP screws. just going to loosely put that there. Just tighten them up. There's our flux capacitor in its housing. Let me just give the perspex a little bit of a wipe. There we go. Look at that flux capacitor. So happy about that. So I've brought the bulkhead back here, and I've got to put the flux capacitor in place. There's a location lug just there, so it's going to line it up there like that. And before we screw it in place, we've got to put some pipes in. So we've got to get 58D, which is this one, and that goes in there and in there like that. If I can line them up properly, let's see, turn it around. In there like that. It's 58D there, and then 58G, which is this one there, and then okay, I think it goes that way. Just checking. I don't think it matters which way this goes in, so I'm just going to push it in there and try it the other way. Yeah, I think it does matter because there's a hole in the top of the capacitor. Let me just, there, like that. So those two pipes are in place, and we need to spin the flux capacitor around without knocking those pipes out. Just want to make sure they're in. And we need two BP screws to hold that in place, hold the flux capacitor in place. So one in there, like that. And then another one in there, like that. Let's tighten that top one. And that's the flux capacitor in place with these two pipes that are they're kind of held in place. So they're kind of pushed into place there. That looks really good, flux capacitor. Wow. Let's put these screws away. And we've got 58E, which is this pipe here, and that goes in there, that hole there, and it's held in place with an AP screw. There's like a, see the shape there? It matches the hole on here. I'm just gonna line it up there, like that. That pipe there, I just need to straighten it a little bit. There, that's that pipe there. And the next one is this pipe here. And you just match the shape. Let's see. I think this one just pushes in. I think, no it doesn't. No. Just match up the shape. And that goes in there beside this one. I think it's going to be quite fiddly to get that in. Like that. There. And that goes in with an AP screw as well. E. Yeah, that's in the right place. And then F. Yeah. Yeah, I'm putting it in the right hole, but the part has shifted. Quite difficult to line it up. Make sure it's lined up properly. There, that's it. Oh, it's wanting to turn. Just need to straighten it. Seems to be twisting at an angle. Let me just see if I can straighten it. pipe in place there. Next thing we need to do is this gold pipe here, and that goes there like that, and that's held in place with another AP screw. That's wanting to move as well. Just hold it in position to get it screwed in place. There, that's that pipe there. Wow, that's looking really busy now. And we've got this cable here, and it has a light bulb at the end of it there. So we've got to feed it through this hole here, there, in the middle of the flux capacitor like that. And then we've got our tab. So I've just got to get another AP screw out. And I've got to position, got to pass through these two here, like that, there. So I'm going to put that in place. So it says it goes this way around. So the tab there. Like that. Just need to get this screw on the screwdriver. Let me just zoom in a little bit. Tab doesn't want to stay there, so I'm going to put the screw in there like that. That always works best. I need to put that light bulb back in there, pass it through these two like that, and then it's quite fiddly this. Like that. I'll just tighten that. There. So that's our cable held in place there, like that. And the light bulb there. And that's everything. Let me just zoom out. That is everything in place. Our flux capacitor looks great. As you can see, flux capacitor is there, all this pipe work, all these components. That completes issue 58 of the build. As always, we've got merch for the channel. We have our Nerd Creative range and our Stay Creative range. Links in the description. Get whatever you want. I'd like to thank you for your company. I'll see you in the next video. Stay creative.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?